Hey guys, thanks for joining us yet again. I'm Kyler Wilson. This is Monica Kasurik. And this is another episode of FilmRants.
Blah, 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 blah. On today's episode, coming from the land of the ice and stuff. Interested? Did you catch a dream to level up?
Well, you got through the secrets part. That's the good news.
Fuck the secrets. Fuck the corporate secrets. This week we will explore Inception. This was one of 2010's most talked about films.
This movie grossed over $800 million, but it's really weird. It only has a 86% on Rotten Tomatoes, which, I mean, I don't know about you, I would have thought was a little low, but whatever. It stars a cacophony of good-looking dudes, ranging from Leo DiCaprio, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Tom Hardy, Cillian Murphy, and Ellen Page. Just kidding, Ellen. Promise.
This movie is praised for its interesting take on dreams and the amazing cinematic narratives around them.
So to get right to it, here comes Monica with her 2-minute or less spoiler-free review.
A thief who steals corporate secrets through the use of a dream-sharing technology is given an inverse task of planting an idea in the mind of a CEO.
So, I mean, great. That's the long and the short of it. What'd you think?
I thought it was a great movie. It was very... It was very intricate and refreshing. It was new. It was something that we hadn't really seen yet. It was very enjoyable. It really brings you in. You know, it plays 1,000,000 times on Fox, and every time it's on, you know, cleaning the house, like I can't help but just sit and watch. Like it's a very, such an involved movie.
Yeah, I mean, I really think you're right. I mean, 100%. This movie was amazing. I mean, it's a thrill ride from the very, very beginning of the movie to the very end of the movie. It's just a blast. I mean, I can't find a dull moment, a wasted scene. The acting was incredible. The soundtrack was incredible. It gave us the infamous Inception. Right? You know, I mean, it's just great. I mean, and how many movies have ripped that off? I mean, literally, how many movie trailers have ripped off the boing?
Because you hear it and you're like, oh, it's Inception. Yeah. Oh, no, it's not.
You know, you know, and then you have to give Christopher Nolan some credit just on he's one of the few directors around right now that can really tell an amazing, entertaining story while still making you critically think. You know. This is definitely not a movie to just sit down and like kind of like sort of pay attention to. I mean, I think you'd agree. I mean, you gotta pay attention to this movie, or if you get up and leave. All right. So here's something my mom likes to do. She likes to you know, like sit down. We're getting ready to watch a movie. About 10 minutes in, she goes into the kitchen, she makes a pot of coffee, and she pops some popcorn, and she'll come back out, and then she's like, "What's going on?" Well, this is not the movie you can do that on, because you'll piss off the viewer that you're with, I promise. I think it's pretty clear we'd both recommend this to a friend.
I definitely do. I mean, one that will pay attention.
I personally give the movie a 10 out of 10. I mean, it's an amazing movie. I wouldn't give it anything less. I mean, it was great. Yeah? It
was great.
All right. Well, let's move on then.
Time for the spoiler-full portion, guys. If you have not seen the movie, go take a look. Pause this first, though. Go take a look. Come back. Make sure you come back. If you haven't seen the movie, you have to be prepared for some pretty major spoilers coming up.
So, Dom, played by Leo DiCaprio, and Arthur, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, are extractors. Extractors are corporate spies who break into your dreams and steal all your secrets. They start off by trying to break into Ken Watanabe's dreams, which, obviously, that's a bad mistake. Nobody breaks into Ken Watanabe's dreams. Then Ken's all like, "Ha! I set that shit up. It was all an audition."
The question is, why'd you let us in at all?
An audition.
An audition for what?
Doesn't matter. You failed.
Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, since the corporation that hired Leo is still after him and is trying to kill him. But whatever Ken Watanabe says must be true.
An audition.
Anyways, Ken tells Leo that he wants him to break into Cillian Murphy's head. Cillian Murphy's father's about to die and he owns a mega energy corporation. It's about to be inherited by Cillian Murphy. He wants Leo to break into Cillian Murphy's head to plant the idea to destroy his father's company. Leo reluctantly agrees and starts recruiting a team.
Leo and his team break into Cillian Murphy's head and get to work. First, they kidnap Murphy and make him believe he has the combination to a safe that has an alternate will that allows him to break up the conglomerate. Which he totally finds weird because why would you want to break up $1 billion conglomerate? Next, they head deeper into the dream world, where they make him believe that his uncle was behind the kidnapping the whole time because he wanted what was best for him.
I couldn't let you rise to your father's last taunt.
Finally, they end up in a dream within a dream within a dream, where Murphy finds out his dad really just wanted him to be his own man, even though he had treated Cillian Murphy so bad for so long.
I was disappointed that you tried.
Then some shit goes down with Leo's dead murderous wife, which is really his subconscious, and Leo and Ellen and Cillian end up in limbo. But wait, there's more! Ken Watanabe ends up stuck in limbo too, and Leo has to stay and save the day.
Which of course Leo totally does save the day. They all end up back on the plane with Cillian Murphy, who has no idea that everybody just went traipsing around inside of his brain. They all look around at each other, they're all very happy with one another, they're all sharing looks of satisfaction for what? Why are they happy? That was literally the biggest clusterfuck I've ever seen. Let's start over.
Danger, Will Robinson! Danger! No, Will Robinson! Danger!
The thieves in this movie are absolutely terrible at their job. Especially Leo DiCaprio. He literally does things in this movie that would make a 5-year-old shake his head.
First, Leo hires this guy. This guy is the architect for the dream that Watanabe is in. You may think we're about to yell at him for this carpet thing. Nope, that's a perfectly fine detail to miss. Our problem is this.
Give him the kick. What? Duncan.
That motherfucker is the architect, and he doesn't even know what a kick is.
So then Leo goes to find another architect. He goes to see Alfred about recruiting someone and ends up finding this chick, who's apparently never heard of dream share technology. But wait, it gets better. He takes her into the dream to start showing her the ropes. Now, keep in mind, Leo has some pretty extensive experience with dream sharing technology and how this shit can go wrong. That's why he carries totems and he has rules that he follows.
This is great, but I'm telling you, if you keep changing things like this.
One of those rules is never, I repeat, never create a dream from a place that you know. If you do, you can get all mind fucked and do this.
Because you'll be together.
Sweetheart! Look at me! Oh no! Jesus Christ!
So what does he do? He totally waits until Ellen Page does the very thing that he doesn't want her to do, then gets pissed off at her for doing it.
I know this bridge. Never recreate places from your memory. Always imagine new places.
Seems like something you would tell someone before you enter a dream with them, Leo. Speaking of common sense things you should do, how about you turn your body to the side in this situation so you can fit through that gap?
The heisters can't even figure out a good time and place to do their heist. It takes Ken Watanabe, who is their fucking employer, mind you, to tell them that they should do their heist from a flight from Australia to LA. That's like you hiring me to build a deck for you, and then me saying, I don't know where to buy the wood, and then you say, go to Lowe's.
Not only does Watanabe tell them when and where to do their dream napping, he buys out the fucking airline to do it on.
It seemed neater.
Leo's character is so incompetent that he leaves himself open to this situation. Then he gets all pissed off that she intruded.
You shouldn't be here.
So what does he do? He makes it very clear he doesn't want her going into the basement.
Well, what's done there that you regret?
Listen, there's only one thing you need to understand about me.
Then he sets this shit up.
If I'm ever gonna see their faces again, I've got to get back home. The real world.
It is the literal manifestation of, now I'm gonna put this dollar down on the table and turn around, but don't you steal it, okay?
Why do they drug Cillian Murphy this way? They own the flight attendant. Why not just give her the drug to dose the drink and bring the drink to Cillian later on?
Hey guys, I know we're trying to keep a low profile because we're going 3 layers down and we don't want his subconscious to know that we're after him. But fuck it, let's jack this taxi.
How did you not see the Dream Police coming? Wouldn't you assume that a billionaire's son has had this training already?
Wouldn't it be just safer to assume that everybody that you're trying to mindfuck has?
This was not a part of the plan. He's dying, for God's sake. Let's put him out of his misery. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He's in agony. I'm waking him up.
No, it won't wake him up.
What do you mean it won't wake him up?
It won't wake him up.
When we die in a dream, we wake up.
Not from this.
Once again, we come to some information that would have been very, very important to talk about. This is literally the guy who can set you free in the United States of America. And you don't think that maybe, just maybe, you might want to tell the rest of the group, hey, we need to keep this guy alive at all costs? And look, we get why Leo didn't want to tell anybody.
Most people wouldn't want to risk being stuck in a dream for the rest of their lives.
But are you really telling me that this asshole didn't let it slip once? Not one fucking time. He didn't say it to anybody?
Oh, by the way, since we're shooting all these horse tranquilizers in our body, we need to make certain we stay alive.
Not once? Then we see this interaction.
Cobra, I still honor the arrangement.
I appreciate that, Saito, but when you wake up, you won't even remember that we had an arrangement.
Once again, did it not occur to anybody that maybe we should have talked about this? But then Leo's all like,
His security's gonna be all over us. We run with Mr. Charles like we did on the Stein job.
and Joseph Gordon-Levitt's like,
So you've done it before?
Yeah, and it didn't work.
Then Leo gives Murphy a gun. Now look, I get it. He wants Murphy to feel safe. He wants him to feel like Leo can be trusted. I get it. But don't you think, Leo, that maybe you ought to tell him, don't shoot me and don't shoot you, because bad shit will happen if you do.
So then we get to where time is of the essence, and Leo asks,
Did Eames add any features?
then Ellen says,
I don't think I should tell you. If Maul
then Leo says,
We
finds
don't
out
have
that
time for this. Did he add anything?
then Ellen says,
he added an air duct system that can cut through the maze.
then Leo says,
Good, explain it to them.
Are you serious? After everything we've seen Mal do? Leo tells Ellen Page to tell him to tell them where the secret passage is. Why not just skip the fucking middleman, since your subconscious is a murderous, ravenous fucking bitch, and just tell the others?
fast forward to,
Mal fucking killing Murphy. And Leo didn't do a goddamn thing to stop it.
Yeah.
Then it takes Ellen Page, who's a rookie,
Away.
by the way, to
We
say,
just have to follow Fisher down there.
maybe we should go in after him.
No, but there
And
will be
Leo's
enough
like,
time down there.
Yeah, let's do that. The movie should be called Incompetence, not Inception, is what we're trying to say. Keep in mind, I'm not saying we wouldn't have made these mistakes. We totally would have. But we're amateur dream sharers at the very best. These are pros we're talking about. These are dudes who get paid to do this shit. I'm expecting a bare minimum of Ocean's 11 level heisting. Period. And that doesn't even scratch the surface of annoyances with this film. Like, for example, why doesn't Cillian Murphy recognize or know Ken Watanabe, since they're the two largest energy companies in the world? Or how about, why doesn't Leo just tell the cops, hey, dust the room for prints, I touched like 2 things in there, didn't kill my wife, and if you don't believe me, bring in a forensic analyst, and they'll let you know she jumped from the other side of the fucking street.
Get me! Oh, no! Jesus Christ!
Why did the grandmother let the kids call their on the run from the cops dad if she was just gonna be a dick?
Mommy's not here anymore.
Where? That's enough, kids. Say bye-bye.
Listen, I'm gonna send some presents with Grandpa, all right? And you be good.
And on Inception, we clearly hear Joseph Gordon-Levitt say that Inception is not possible because...
Here's me planting an idea in your head. I say to you, don't think about elephants. What are you thinking about?
Elephants.
Right, but it's not your idea because you know I gave it to you.
But then Leo explains what happened to his wife.
You're waiting for a train. that'll take you far away. You know where you hope this train will take you. But you can't know for sure. And it doesn't matter. Now tell me why!
Because you're together!
And that's exactly what Joseph Gordon-Levitt said could not happen. But we don't give a shit because that movie was fucking awesome.
Amazing.
Thanks again for stopping by, guys. Catch us again same time next week.
If you like us, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Feel free to hit us on Facebook and Twitter.
Bing, bam, boom. What'd you think of Inception? Speaking of common sense things you should do.
Speaking of common sense things you should do. The fucking airline that they're gonna do it on. I went all up in this shadow right here. Fast forward 2.
It was a fuck. God damn it. Fucking trains.